I'm Leo Kurtz, and I'm joined by Jack Tormey, and we have some very interesting topics today. To start us off, we have the NBA MVP race heating up. The favorites as of right now are Giannis Antetokounmpo and James Harden. Giannis is the best player on the best team in the East right now, and Harden is flaming hot, putting up historic scoring streaks.
A player I'd like to mention as a dark horse candidate, Nikola Jokic. The Nuggets are scoring are shockingly first place in the Western Conference over the Warriors, and Jokic is a huge part of it. He's averaging 7.6 assists a game, good for fourth in the Western Conference. This is unheard of for a center. His efficient scoring ability is making him a versatile offensive superstar. This causes him to be an MVP candidate for me.
One final player I'd mention is Kawhi Leonard. The Raptors have been a top 4 team in the league all season, and his clutch play along with his unbelievable impact make him an MVP candidate. Next up, Alabama's run of dominance came to a crashing end last Monday when the Clemson Tigers dominated them in the national championship 44-16.
I don't understand how, though, because if you check this, if you were someone who's skeptical of the game and you were to just look at the stats, you'd say Alabama played so well. So that's where you need to look at the game. And when I look at the game...
Unless you look at the defensive stats.
Yeah. And when I look at the game, you know what I say? I see Alabama being outcoached by Dabo Swinney. You have to look at the fact that Tua Tagovailoa had 295 passing yards. That's not bad. That's really good.
But did you include the 2 boneheaded interceptions? One returned for a pick 6?
Well, you see, he also had 2 touchdowns. So
he threw it up to Jerry Jeudy, who made a ridiculous catch.
You have to take into account...
He made a ridiculous catch. And how was he wide open?
Because
of the play.
Because of how good Jerry Jeudy is.
It could have been.
It's route running.
Carry on.
Then you also have to look at how well Trevor Lawrence played, but he didn't beat him out by as many yards as someone would expect. He beat him up by 50 yards, and only 1 more touchdown. However, you also have to look at he had 0 interceptions where Tua turned the ball over. Had to. Also,
Listen, look at the quarterback rating. All right, 92.8. Now, as a QBR, that is almost perfect because unlike a quarterback rating, QBR is out of 100. So to get a 93 on that is ridiculous. And Tua, he had a 21.5. That's horrendous. I mean,
that's awful.
Listen, the interceptions were boneheaded. They weren't supposed to be thrown. Tua just wasn't on his game, and he thought he was, and that's obviously what led to the interceptions. I mean, especially the second one. Chucked it downfield. He overthrew him by 7 yards.
Look at the run game. Look at the run game. You see Travis Etienne with 3... I thought it was 3 touchdowns, wasn't it?
It was 2, but... He had 2 touchdowns, but... Anyways,
No, it was a receiving touchdown because it was a shovel pass.
Right. So
he had 3 touchdowns in the first half. Then you look at Najee Harris, who had 0 touchdowns the entire game and only 59 yards, which is, once again, where you need to watch the game. The team's total rush yards, 148, compared to Clemson's 135. So you're thinking a dominant run game could win you the ball game.
Well, they're pretty equal there.
Exactly.
So wait, how did the Clemson Tigers come away?
They
turnovers.
They out-coached Bama. That's the bottom line. Nick Saban was out-coached. He did not play his best.
All right, so here's the thing, though. If Tua was playing that bad, why didn't they put in Jalen Hurts?
That's a coaching error right there because, Jalen Hurts threw 2 passes. Both were incomplete. They weren't bad passes. They were not bad passes.
Well, another problem is that, here's the thing. If you take the starting quarterback out and replace him, you can't put him back in. His confidence is shot. You're done.
Yeah, well...
So, if he takes Tua out and Jalen doesn't do good, they're totally screwed.
You look at the third quarter.
But I feel
third quarter, it is not a close game whatsoever.
By that point, it's 44-16.
You were screwed as Nick Saban.
No, by that point, he should have put Jalen Hurts.
Nick Saban is screwed, so you're looking for anything. Your team had 0 points in that third quarter. You need to throw a quarterback in who is coming off of a wonderful game in Georgia.
When he let them
Georgia
come back.
So,
Like they were losing with Tua, and then he got hurt, and then Jalen brought him back. Like
so
if you say Tua is going to win that game if he doesn't get injured, like you can't say that.
Exactly. That's
he
why
was losing.
That's why Nick Saban made major coaching errors. He was outcoached by Dabo Swinney, and what is beyond me, and I think you will agree with me, he saw Clemson line up for a defensive play when he faked the field goal. And he didn't want to call a timeout. He didn't opt to call a timeout to actually kick the field goal and get points for your team, get the momentum running.
And
You've got 0 points that third quarter. You kicked the field goal.
And they don't score the rest of the game, and that was horrendous. That was utterly horrendous. The play call,
destroys your confidence.
Kills the drive, kills the momentum, and like your third string quarterback running up the gut. Like against the most talented defensive line in college football, that just doesn't make sense in general. And then the fact that they had coverage out there, I mean, it was just a horrendous play call.
And if you're planning to do that, you've got to put for that field goal in the second quarter. You put Jalen Hurts holding the ball.
Put players who can make the play.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts can make a play.
You need to put Jalen Hurts holding that ball so that the Clemson Tigers think that that's a normal. They don't get sussed out by it.
Well, yeah.
So they're not immediately expecting it. You gotta make plays. That's why I'm saying that Nick Saban was outcoached. I guess we're gonna have to just agree to disagree.
You make a good case, but I still think that maybe by a little bit he got outcoached. Maybe he had one bad coaching decision, being the fake field goal. But I don't think it was utterly that shifted the game. Like, yes, the field goal screwed the Bama, but by then they probably weren't. I mean, you're down. You're down only so many points, you know.
And it's only 14. It's
a total blow.
They're only down 14 points. That's 2 touchdowns. They've come back from further than that. They
against this Clemson Tigers team.
No, but
against the best defensive line in college football.
Against Georgia,
the best defense in college football.
They were missing Dexter Lawrence.
They still had Clarence Farrell.
Christian Wilkins wasn't even playing a great game. What was his stats? You just look at Christian Wilkins. He had 4 total tackles. 1 was a solo tackle. He wasn't playing well.
I mean, that's
the
well, it's not
defensive
super.
Secondary was what won the game. We're ending the argument. We gotta move on.
Alright. For our next topic, we have Kyler Murray, who has decided to enter the NFL draft.
Good decision or bad decision? What do you think?
Well, I mean, it's really about what he wants to do, because honestly, he's so talented. He's going to be a star in whichever one he plays. Heck, he can even do both.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, well, you got to think. This man is a young man. He needs to think long term. He's young, so he's gonna want the money now. He's gonna want it fast. He's gotta calm himself.
And here's also the thing. There's not that many NFL teams that have such a high demand. Like the Giants are one. They might take Haskins. You know.
You gotta think.
And so you gotta think. And also the NFL. Football is a much rougher sport. I mean, he already got the contract in baseball. You already got a multi-million-dollar contract in baseball.
You think long-term he will
and you have a longer career. You have a longer career and get paid more in baseball. Yep. So realistically, if you're just as good as baseball as you are in football, you take baseball because you get more money. You get a longer career. You're healthier after the career. But realistically,
what is he going to pick? Because he wants the money, he's gonna get. Let's say
it's about the love of the game, honestly, in my opinion. And I think he wants to play football and baseball.
Cliff Kingsbury said in October of 2018 that he would draft him first overall. Now, who has the first overall pick? Cliff Kingsbury and the Cardinals. Will he be picked? Provided he is picked,
they gotta commit to Josh Rosen.
Provided he is picked,
that would be absurd.
He will be making $33 million.
Right,
over 4 years.
Total.
All right, so we got over 4 years.
Total. Well, that's the thing about
$33 million.
It's 1 year, and if you're a bust, you're out of the minors. And
so he's already drafted 5th overall. He's got $5 million. $5 million as an MLB star. Now, Long term, he could be making more money because of how good he is at the game of baseball. How much money will he make in the long run?
Well, when you think about football and you think about his style of play, they're different athletes in football. College, you're with college kids, but football is the best athletes in the world playing the most violent sport in the world, and they're ready to pound your head in. And he's not a huge dude. He's 5'10".
Yeah.
Kind of like Russell Wilson, who's made a fantastic career, low key Hall of Fame career.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to wonder, like, how long do those careers last? And like, for his personal well-being after his career, like with all this CTE stuff, it's fair to wonder.
What is his?
It's like just coming from his brain. Like, since he already has the contract in baseball, I think that would factor in.
Yeah. It's not just about Kyler though. Parents. What are his parents gonna want?
I think his parents just want. I think his parents just want him to make the best decision because he is the most gifted athlete since Deion Sanders, who played both sports as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Bo Jackson did as well. And Kyler, also like Bo, won the Heisman.
Yeah.
So for a reason, they're two of the most gifted athletes.
He is the best player in football right now.
In college football, yes.
Yes, in college football, he's the best player.
That's why I won the Heisman. Yes.
When he enters to that draft, when he puts a suit on, after he puts on his tights for the NFL Combine, he puts that suit on and he walks out there and sits there with his parents on his side, with that phone, waiting to be rung. He sits there.
It will.
It definitely will. When will he be picked? It's all a matter of when he will be picked, because if he is first overall, like Kingsbury said he should be, if he is first overall, that's $33 million guaranteed. Guaranteed.
No.
Now, he's only got $5 million guaranteed in the NFL.
In the MLB.
That's what I meant. In the MLB, he's got $5 million guaranteed.
Right.
Long term, take it a couple more years later. What's he got left? He's been 4 years with $33 million in the NFL. Or option B, he's possibly
a star in the MLB.
Maybe $100 million, $50 million. He's got a lot of money after that.
Well, here's the thing about MLB players. If you're a star and if you're young, you're gonna get paid a lot. Like if you're a star in the MLB, the highest contract, what is it? Stanton with like $30 million. No, he's at $27 million. But there are contracts up there like with a lot of contracts that are over $30 million, and the NFL just got there. So I'm thinking like MLB, you get paid more.
You get paid more long term.
You get paid more if you're in the MLB. But
there's another thing we are not counting.
The minor leagues.
Not even that. Oh, not
So here's the thing. He's got to make